skill. So the other song says, use my hands, use my feet, use my mouth. Speak through me. Let me be the vessel that you work in, operate in, pour out through. My God. And remember the story in Jeremiah, my favorite story. As we get ready to close, Jeremiah talked about the potter's house, and God showed him what he needed to see. Because sometime along the way, things do go wrong. And it said that the clay marred in the hand of the potter when he was trying to shape it and mold it, and he had it on the wheel spinning it around, and he was pressing on it, and things began to fall apart. In the middle of the process, things began to fall apart. But God didn't change his mind. The potter didn't take the clay and throw it out the window. He didn't chuck it. But he said, I'm going to make it another vessel. So at first, it might have been supposed to be a vase. But he said, well, I can't make it a vase because it started falling apart, so I'll make it into a flower pot. Or I'll make it into a bowl, or I'll make it into a whatever. But God still said the clay still has purpose. Even though it fell apart in the middle of the process, it still has a purpose. So let God do the making. Let God do the molding. Let God shape and form you into who you need to be to fulfill his purpose and to fulfill his will for your life. And don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to tell people who you are, who you serve, who you love. Song said, I love God. I love God. Don't you love God? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Because if you don't love him, it's because you haven't tried it. It's because you haven't allowed him to prove himself to you. Or otherwise, you would love him. You would honor him. You would reverence him. Amen? Don't be ashamed. I won't be ashamed. Because he said, if you're ashamed of me, I'll be ashamed of you before my Father which is in heaven. So how do I do it? How do I do it? How do I operate in this boldness? How do I operate in this power and in this authority that I've been given? It's simple. You use the word. Use the word. Apply the word. Work the word. Use it for your benefit. Use it to help enhance your life on a daily basis. Thy word, David said, thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against you. Unfortunately, it was after the fact, but still he said it, you know. Now, this is something that we have to recognize and realize. God